Hey good people, and welcome back to the channel. As many of you already know, I took a break from reviewing Ready to Love Potomac because my spider sense told me that the show was going to be on some foolishness like last season. And my spider sense surely didn't fail me. A few days ago, OWN released a clip of DaKiya telling nephew Tommy, as well as the other ladies on the show, the details of an incident that occurred between her and Eric. DaKiya tells everyone that the incident made her feel uncomfortable. But this particular incident occurred off camera, which means that we as fans of the show have absolutely no context as to what actually happened. Now, if you're telling yourself that this sounds pretty familiar, then you will be correct. These series of events are exactly what happened last season with the whole Phil and Shiloh situation. So that's where I come in. A few months ago, I posted my thoughts on what likely happened between Phil and Shiloh during the last season of Ready to Love. And some of the people who saw my video thought I was reaching with my assumptions, while others thought that I was just a woman hater. And as fate would have it, I was right. And when it came to season 14 of Married at First Sight, I was one of the first YouTubers to point out the possibility that Jasmina was embellishing, if not lying, about Michael being aggressive and yelling at her, and I was right about that as well. So for the purposes of this video, I'm going to analyze the situation between DaKiya and Eric with the information that is available. I will present a possible scenario for what actually happened between the two of them, and I will let you know my thoughts on how the situation will be resolved. So without any further delay, let's jump right in. In the short video clip that was released by OWN, DaKiya and the remaining women are meeting nephew Tommy at the ladies' lounge, and DaKiya is telling everyone about the incident between her and Eric. In DaKiya's own words, DaKiya was hanging out with Eric and some of the other guys, and Eric wanted to take a picture with her. So Eric comes up behind her, puts his arm around her waist, and that prompts DaKiya to make the joke, "This is an old school prom picture pose." DaKiya then claims that Eric got physical with her, and Eric's actions offended her because she's a lady. Now, according to rumors, Eric may have grabbed DaKiya's breast during the incident, and that caused the backlash. First and foremost, I want to get this out of the way. I think that we can all agree that all women should feel safe when they're out with a man, and if a woman doesn't want to be touched by a man, then he should respect that. I think we can all agree that men should not feel entitled to feel up on a woman whenever they so choose to. However, and this is important, I also think that in situations like this, getting all the facts as well as Eric's side of the story should happen before fully siding with DaKiya. I find it extremely hard to believe that Eric just woke up one day and he said to himself, "Hey, let me grab DaKiya's breast amongst other people in a public setting." In this day and age, the mere accusation of a man assaulting a woman in any way is enough to damage his reputation unless some form of evidence can vindicate him. We've all seen this with Phil and Shiloh, with Michael and Jasmina from Married at First Sight, hell, even with Chris Brown and his accuser. We live in a society where we are supposed to blindly believe everything a woman says about a man without any context or proof, but if the accusations turn out to be false or embellished, then the damage is already done to the man, and it makes it harder for women who are actual victims of abuse or assault to be believed. When it comes to Eric and DaKiya, I have to question the validity of DaKiya's claims. If Eric was truly a predator, or better yet, if Eric simply grabbed DaKiya's breast against her wishes, then that's grounds for possible criminal and civil action against Eric. He could lose his livelihood over doing something so stupid and reckless. And if DaKiya didn't pursue charges against Eric, try to sue him, or get a protective order against him, then I have to question her motive behind feeling the need to tell the ladies and nephew Tommy about the situation. If none of the other women have a connection with Eric, and if they don't bother to get any answers from him, then that all but seals his fate on the show. So here's how I think things went down between Eric and DaKiya. When DaKiya made the joke to Eric, I think he saw it as a challenge and he took a picture that may have been too close for comfort, and his hand or arm may have accidentally grazed the lower region of her breast. Somewhere down the line, the two of them may have had a falling out over something that was unrelated to the incident, and DaKiya used this incident as a reason to get Eric kicked off the show. I've come to this conclusion because of the trends that I've seen with DaKiya during the season. When it comes to DaKiya, from the very first episode, she has been very forward, very flirtatious, and not afraid of touching or being touched. With Wiley, DaKiya had no problem touching his chest because the unwritten rule that women understand is that they are allowed to touch a man without express consent. We also see Wiley rubbing DaKiya's hand as it's placed near her thighs in the same scene, and DaKiya had no objections to it. In the very next episode, DaKiya has a one-on-one with Clifton, and at the end of their scene, Clifton hugs DaKiya and he picks her up off the ground. Now, I'm no expert in hugs, but that is not a church hug. It was a straight nipple-to-nipple hug, and DaKiya had no problem with that kind of contact. So the million-dollar question is, did DaKiya ask for Eric to hug her from behind in a manner that would make her feel uncomfortable? I'm willing to bet the house that she didn't. But at the same token, I think there's a possibility that Eric, as well as other men on the show, got the impression that DaKiya was okay with being touched. In the earlier part of the season, cast member Tiffany said in her production interview that she likes to be touched and touch others. That is what she is on the show for. And we've seen from several men and women on this season that they have no problem pushing the boundaries of dating through touch and conversation. But of course, that is not a green light for a man to touch a woman in any way. However, sometimes the boundaries can get a bit muddied between men and women if 1 minute a woman is leading with sexual comments and touching a man without his permission, but when that man returns the same energy, that same woman all of a sudden finds Christ and becomes a classy lady. I think it's worth learning whether DaKiya let Eric know in the moment that he made her feel uncomfortable, and I also think it's worth learning whether or not Eric continued to try to touch DaKiya after she let him know that she was uncomfortable. Because once again, men are not mind readers. So how will this situation get resolved? My prediction is that Eric will definitely be going home by the end of this upcoming episode, regardless of what went down between him and DaKiya. The show already has rules in place for cast members to refrain from hanging out outside of filming, and the cast members continue to do it anyway. With this incident, I feel that the show will have to send a message to the fans as well as the cast members that these kind of situations will not be tolerated going forward. As for DaKiya, because Eric is her strongest connection, I think if Eric is eliminated from the show, DaKiya's elimination will follow soon. The remaining guys on the show only see DaKiya as someone that they would sleep with and not build something strong with. Had the women not eliminated Wiley, then I think he would have been a great backup for DaKiya. But those are my thoughts on the matter, and this marks the end of the video. Because there's a strong chance that Eric will be eliminated on the next episode, I'll probably be posting a new review for Ready to Love on Friday, and we'll find out what really happened. But if you have any comments related to the video, then feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to reply to each and every one of them. Until next time, stay tuned and stay safe. Peace.